わかった。うん、みんな。じゃあ、わかった。うん、みんな。じゃあ、わかった。わかった。わかった。ひなた
一杯のコーヒーが一日の活力を呼び覚ますのです。またどうぞ。迷った時はコーヒーを飲みに。
受けて立つ。すいはっとへっやはっへっ。刀はもう鞘だ。一句読んだ。受けて立つ。散れ。はっはっ。刀はもう鞘だ。
Actually, I think I still have my weekly bosses to do. Let's just do that real quick, and then I will go and continue the story.
勝利はゆ火力何護衛命令一切護衛対象確認スタンバイ。
Should I do her? Should I level up her? Or her? Oh, I guess. She doesn't have her thing, so I guess I'll leave her then. Next week I'll work on Trigger. Because yeah, realistically I should do her instead. Simply because stun is far more important than damage. Well, I mean damage is important, but like stun application is vital.
ハイトーン様のお誘いとあればぜひ。
始まりの主よ、我と共にあれ。
へっすいとややへっはっせいさやちれやったへっ
主よ、私に祝福を。
時間の無駄です。
耐えてみせる。
ロッカーに肌なした報いを。
悪直残はっや終わりだ。
始まりの主よ、我と共にあれ。全てを打ち砕く。
ちれとせいとや終わりだ。
時間の無駄です。
再走はまだ終わらぬ。主よ、私に祝福を。
やっとはっはっさはっ耐えてみせる。
無意味なあがきです。
悪直残はっやっ終わりだ。
始まりの主よ、我と共にあれ。
えいやさやさ幸福を
こうなったら
えっ
刻ましい。
やちれやすいえっやや刀はもう鞘だ。
再走はまだ終わらぬ。主よ、私に祝福を。
無意味なあがきです。
やさへっとへっちれやせはっへっやっはっ
邪魔な奴らだ。
とさ勝利を上となし
Darn, I was trying to swap to her so I could
これに次ぐ
have her do her burst to heal everybody, but you try to end with max health. But
そろそろ怒りますよ。
幸福を。
Trying to end with full health. The problem is she just doesn't generate energy that well. So I was like, oh, how much energy does she have? And I kept trying to swap to her to see how much she had. But I just kept swapping between the people I didn't want. That's what's actually kind of annoying about her, is that, like, when you actually want to swap to her, it's really fucking annoying. Because it's like you just can't control it. You're like, oh, I'm going to swap. It's like, oh, we're going to swap to the other of the two. Like, you're going to consume energy and swap to the other two. It's like, great, but it just, like, there's no quick assist in the bottom right. You should be swapping to the properly next person, which is fucking Astriel. Only when you're not. And that's the kind of thing, is that when sometimes swapping, it will automatically do an attack, which will then bring up the assist. It's like, come on, dude. Like, just swap when I fucking tell you to. It just, like, 9 times out of 10 you don't want to swap to Astra, which is fine. But it is kind of annoying when you actually do. Because it's like, yeah, it's just not gonna do it. And like the sucky thing is like most things, it's like, yeah, you're in the middle of battle, you want to swap to her right then and there, but then you swap to the wrong person. You're like, oh yeah, I know you want to swap to Astra. I know that if by pressing R1, she's next in the turn order, but nope, you're gonna swap to the party member on the left instead of the one on the right, which would have been Astra. I was like, dude, come fucking on, just. Which is like fine for the most part, because like most times it doesn't matter, but it's just like that kind of delay when you really want it to happen. You're just like, I'm trying to do this, and the game keeps fucking you over. And this is a game where like you have to do things within seconds. The fact that they keep just fucking you like that is kind of annoying. Okay, so I have 7 of these. And 9 of these. So I have more of these. But this is what you need to max out your skill levels. And this is just to get a good artifact. Realistically, this is super important because of how much of a pain in the ass it is to get good shit. And basically, at this point, like, I'm just like, whatever, right? As long as I can tune the correct main stat on the correct slot, that's all I need. But I get these from the battle pass, but like that's the only way though. And realistically, you run out of these faster, I guess. So let's get this now. Oh, wait a minute. They undid this. That's kind of annoying. I didn't realize it was like that because when you're in immersive storytelling, you're forced to be the main character. But it is kind of annoying that every time you're going in and out of immersive storytelling, it just doesn't remember the character you were last. Or maybe because I was in immersive storytelling when I quit the game. So maybe it's something that is saved, but if I had done all the immersive storytelling quests in one session, then maybe it might have remembered who I was before and swapped back. But anyway, let us continue. I think this should be the last part, because there's been 3 parts. We've gone to the Hollow twice so far for this epilogue, and pretty much every single character quest has been essentially like a 3-act series, where it's like, here, do this one quest. In Act 1, you do the Act 2 quest, and you do the Act 3 quest. Usually, I don't know, like 50-50 chance that the first quest has you go into Hollow. Sometimes it's purely just a story quest, setting up the story. But then pretty much you go into the Hollow guaranteed for the 2nd and 3rd act.
たまたま助っ人で入ってるだけだ。ここ社員さんの管理がすごく厳しいんだよね。私が代理で来てる新顔だってバレたら怖い。そしたらちょうど誰かが来ちゃって、帽子をかぶって、その後抜き取って後で確認してみたんだけど、金髪。 知り合い？推測ですが、もしヒューゴだとしたらありがとうございます。お役に立てて本当によかったよ。前にバイトしてた時もいっぱい助けてくれたし
Where are we
ね。
going? We're at the
私
Star Loop?
最初はミスばっか
He
し
got. Oh, I see. Yeah. We're at the auction house. We're getting the footage of the auction house because of the. So my theory was that Hugo did actually get the proper sacrifice score, but he gave Ravenlock a false one, which is what I always suspected. And I was thinking that he used the core. That he used the core on himself. So when he got kicked off the edge and fell, I assume that when he was falling, he used the core on himself to keep him alive. And I bet he survived.
あの時後始末をほら早く
Maybe he didn't because supposedly it's supposed to increase corruption. So maybe all he did was just corrupt the part of it where his wound was. So essentially, only the section around his wound is semi-converted to an ethereal, and he's gonna survive like that. Maybe. But I'm pretty sure it feels like he's alive, right? I always thought he was alive. Oh yeah, this is actually kind of annoying. Is that it's always where you're facing, but it takes forever to fucking. The animation of taking out your camera and loading the camera takes forever, and then when you're like, oh shit, because you think, oh, my camera's facing. It's like, well, no, it's wherever your character's facing, which does make it easy to aim to a degree, but it also kind of fucks you over because. It also kind of fucks you over. Oh, is this it? Because that's the kind of annoying thing. So you're like, oh, okay, I'm getting close. It's like, oh, whoops, I got the wrong angle, or it's like, I'm not getting the thingy. And when you're in camera mode, you move so fucking slowly. So it's actually, even despite how annoying and long the animation is to go in and out of camera mode, it still is faster to get out of camera mode, point your character the right direction, and then go back into camera mode, compared to how slowly your camera moves while you're in the when you're looking through the viewfinder.
俺の推測に間違いがなければ沈黙。
私はただリナが
ほう、あれだけのことをした彼女にまだ
ランドンの薬の製造法は失われましたが、薬そのものは一部残っています。ですがサクリファイスの休眠体とランドンが残した薬を全て処分してしまえば、それで全て終わりです。リナ
では
あれはランドンのやり方は耐え難いものでした。ですが始まりの私はただ
嘲笑するつもりはない。俺が休眠体のありかを突き止めた暁には折を見てあなたにご一報を入れるとしよう。俺としてもこちら側の人間にサクリファイスのコアに関してはさて
Yeah, I mean, like their goal is at its core is not necessarily bad. They're essentially just trying to strive for human evolution, right? They're trying to they're trying to guide human evolution towards like a ethereal, because like ethereals are like, I guess maybe immortal, I'm not sure, but like, ethereals are at the very least powerful. So I can understand that. Like, it's not obviously like the problem with such shit like that, especially any sort of like evolution type thing, is you need a lot of experiments, and if you're dealing with human evolution, not surprisingly, it takes a lot of experiments with humans, which rarely is done in any sort of humane way. So, yeah, so that always kind of like boils down to an ends justify the means mentality of, yeah, sure, we're gonna fuck over a lot of people, but we're gonna benefit humanity in the end. What's a few sacrifices, etc. Like, which is obviously kind of shit.
そういうことならカミエルがあの時やって
リン、ライカンさんが緊急の用事。
分かった。
プロ騎士様、しかしながら私どもの方、さらにこたびの晩餐会は特別に一族の人間が美人。近頃ハルトマンが世間の注目を浴びている一方で、レイブンロック家のかねてより市長閣下は少なくない継承した若き富豪が。
Interesting. So they're probably going to use the mind control serum at this event.
そしてこの情報が折よくレイブンロック家のバートン。
つまりこういうことなのですか？私は
まさしく。そして
あの男のそれで私パートナーですか？お聞きに。
プロ騎士様、ビビアン様、
ぜひご検討くださいなのです。いいよ。
それではバート、万が一危険に遭遇された万事つつがなく
Wait, so I thought we were going to pose as Burton. So Burton's going to get both of us in? Like, bringing Vivian makes sense. Vivian would be his +1. But it's like, no, I'm bringing a random girl and her +1? Like, what? Why would they accept that? I thought maybe it was like, oh, maybe Wise is going to, Wise is going to replace him. Like, we're going to knock him out, and Wise will be Burton. But it's like, no, Vivian's going to go with him? Like, okay, then she would be his +1, which would make sense, right? But then why would we be allowed? And realistically, they should change her outfit. Like, Vivian looks like she'd be fine in a fancy soiree, but like we're in street clothes. Like, they really should have us change. You know? They should have us like wear a dress or something, or a suit. Yeah, but obviously what's gonna happen, like, we literally were just told about a mind control serum, so like, don't eat the food. Oh, interesting. He has pointed ears too. So I guess that's a Ravenlock thing? I mean, I don't know. Like, we've seen an elf, right? Like, Orelda is an elf. But her ears are longer and pointier, so, like, are these half-elves? Is this, like... Are they supposed to be half-elves? Are they supposed to be vampires? It looks like he has red eyes, too. And, like, red eyes, pointed ears, that's a classic vampire trope. So, are they just supposed to be a family of vampires? Is that what it is? They never really, like, go into detail about that. Yeah, like, your guest +1. I mean, it's just weird, right? Like, they typically would not allow this. Usually it's just like, no, I'll invite you and a +1. So Vivian would be the +1, so it's kind of weird that the +1 gets a +1.
あなた方レイブンロック家のもし手ぶらで来ていたなら、私あなたのエスコートに応じ、こうして大切。
またお戯れを。どう？
これが戯れかどうかはここにいる大半の人々よりも私はよ。そしてハルトマンがあれほどの
ほう。それ
参照会祝福。
どこでそれを？
私の記憶が確かなら、私とパートナーは少しお腹が好き。お
I
腹
don't
が
repeat
満た
that
され
shit.
た
You were literally told about how Dina has created a mind control serum,
期待しています。
and an event like this is the perfect
あな
opportunity
た
to
がご
use it.
存知になりたいことは。
I was actually thinking that they were going to invite Tops people over, but it seems like it's mostly an internal event. I mean, it's a bunch of rich people, so it could just be mind controlling random rich people to propel himself into Tops. I was kind of thinking he would just do it at a Tops banquet, get them directly.
もちろんです。ゲストデザートについては後ほどまた。
ああいう人と関わって今までヒューゴが。ねえビビアン、一応ヒューゴの手ほどきを受けていますので、幸い老快なハルトサクリファイスの休眠体がすでに破壊されていることや、コアが偽物だったこと、バートンがああもあっさりとデザートを飲んだのは。さあパエトン様。さっきこの辺の構造を確認しといてよ。もう少し。はいパエトン。少しこのお屋敷外の方を。はいハルトマンの最近の。そうですね、リナに渡す。
Yeah, I mean, realistically, we should be wearing something else. It's kind of sad that we're just like, yeah, we're just gonna like Vivian at least is dressed nicely. Not exactly for a nice ball, whatever, but she's dressed nice enough where it's like, yeah, it's a. But like we're just like street rat.
レイブンロック家のもてなしはお気に召さな、それとも何か満たされぬまだ出てくる。まあ無理もないバートンだが、結果としてむしろバートンのお前たちを始末する方、ビビアンジョ。そうそう、レイブンロック家の財産。
Yep, called it.
親愛ことづてなどする必要はない。ヒューゴおじ上、レイブンロックまだ気候を高みから引きずり下ろす道な。薄汚い雑誌め。
I mean, he was like a main character. He was like a pretty popular character, and he's like in the splash art of this epilogue. So it's like, you know, it's not crazy to think he would be alive. But even in the previous epilogue, when he fell off the edge, I'm like, he's probably alive. Like, he probably just took the hit, fell off the edge to fake his death.
小細工聞きたいかね。司祭我が神が。死の偽装、この芝居に見合った結末となればよいのだが。ハルトマンの油断を誘うためだったとはいえ、店長君には折を見て詫びねばな。
Is that it? Is there going to be more dialogue or? Yep, I guess there is. Because I assume if I got too close, because just go to where he is. So I assume when I get too close, it would trigger something. So I want to make sure I don't miss any dialogue by getting there too early.
遅かったな。
容赦を知らないやつだ。少しは休ませてほしいのだがね。
Oh, I guess not. No. Okay. I see. I could have sworn his hand went through him, but I guess it could have been like he grazed the blood bag and went through his jacket up to the side of him. And just because we saw it from the side essentially, so I think we saw his hand like piercing through, so we saw like the tip of his hand from his back. So it's like, oh, he went through him, right? But yeah, I mean, the fact that he did this and then immediately fell off, I'm like, my thought was that maybe it did really happen, but he used the sacrifice score to survive, so it seems like it was complete fake.
なんだ喜べよライガン。俺たちは
聖人君主のふりはやめろ。
貴様がそれを覚えていたことは行幸というほかない。それに血のりやら小道具やらも仕込んでおいた甲斐が、この手を使うのはいつぶりだろうな。
俺はお前というやつが少しでも考えたか。俺があの言葉の意味を消さなかったら。
消せるだろう。無論状況が変わっていたとしても別のプランは用意してあったがね。俺が貴様に全てをかけるとでも？うぬぼれはほどほどにしておけライカン。お褒めに預かり。
それでこれだけ手間をかけて自分の存在を消したのはごまかそうとするな。俺はお前に一つ貸しを作った。
そう焦るなよライカン。何もかも教えてやろう。まず今の状況のままではヒューゴ・ブラドとしても
多くの敵を作ったようだからな。
レイブンロック家の人間としてエドモンドと交渉し、今後の計画のためにトップスの講演を得た。その一方でモッキンバードとしてハルトマンとも取引した。三将会との結びつついでに言っておくが、貴様の親愛なるもっとも彼の方では
サクリファイス襲撃の噂についてすでに市長閣下は独自の情報も
まだ手遅れになるほど愚か。わかるかライカン。俺の情報が貴様らの一歩先を行っているゆえに、俺はいつだ紙で火を覆うことなどできはしない。慎重に火遊びをして自滅するくらいなら。
くだらん芝居に付き合って俺が皆の前でお前を殺し。
効果てきめんだったろ。今やあらゆる勢力の目は俺でなくハルトマンに向けられている。それだけではない。ビビアンとパエトーンを俺からパエトーン殿には申し訳ないことをしたと思った。ああすることで彼らの安全を確保。
分かっていた。お前つまりなんだ、あの時を
この手を汚しこの身に在庫をするあの場にいた人間を欺くための。
肝心なところを聞いていないぞ。
正義のためだと言ったら残念ながらそうではない。俺はレイブンロック家に復讐したいのだ。捕食者がもちろんビビアンに三将会の調査を手伝うとも約束した。
どうした？傷口？
いやライカ、いい場所を知らないか？
何をしている？
勘違いするなよ。変なハルトマンのやつが最近妙な薬を手に入れた。大方何でもその薬を使えば。
お前
バカを言うなライカン。ハルトマンがグラスに薬を。もちろん作用に気づいた。いいニュースは大した量じゃな。効き目の出るタイミングを遅らせる別の薬のおかげで操られるには至らない。悪いニュースは目下おまけに無理やり遅らせていた効き目は体の限界に伴って一気に。そうだ、今がその時だ。だからしばらくの間俺はこのガレージに自分をこうして手足を縛っているのに暴れてそこら中破壊。とにかく ここを出たら
専門の医師に助けを求めろ。
求めた結果がこれだ。それともなんだ、頼むライカ、時間になったら何、貴様はただ
お前を止めると
分かってるだろライカ。これまでなんさ
死ぬなよバカ野郎。
これは薬の効果がまだ残っているのか。あのライカンが時間に遅れるとはな。それとも間違えたのは俺か。向こうに誰かいるようだ。状況を尋ねてみるとしよう。
Interesting. So we're on the port. Port Elvis. Interesting. Ah, that's his mother. So it's because of his fake.
全部お前のせいよ。
Interesting. Because, like, the Ravenlock seemed to have the red eyes, but, like, his left eye, so presumably he has to be part Ravenlock, because, like, that's why he has the red eye in the first place. But, like, his mother has gray eyes, so how does he have a blue eye?
お前なんそうだ、お前さえ死ねばあの人はまた戻ってきてくれる。私たちはそうなれば、私はだから。
That is kind of weird. Violent attacks like that are not typically. Women usually don't do those kind of violent means. They do more subtle things. You think she should just drown him or something?
どうやら。あるいは貴様誰だ。俺は貴様だ。貴様の本当は殺してやりたくてたまらないのではないか。あの女が理由もなく貴様を殴った時、貴様のその目を差し貫こうとした時、狂ったようになぜ自分の憎しみを認めてやらない。今のそうとも愚かで貪欲、目先のことしか見えていなかった。およそ母親の器ではなく、レイブンロック家に近づくためなら手段を選ばず、そんな彼女が選んだのは憎悪の矛先を俺に向けることだが、俺は彼女を手にかけることはしない。それであの番犬に感化されでもしたか。こんな状況に俺とあの男を一緒に、ただいくつかのことが明白となっただけだ。貴様をレイブンロック。
Yeah, I mean, like, sure, killing her wouldn't do anything, right? Like, would it undo the shitty life he led? No, it'd make him feel better for a little bit, but like, it wouldn't do anything. And honestly, you know, she would suffer more from staying alive. So if you really hated her, you would keep her alive so that she could just live her shitty life.
そう、貴様のいない人生。彼女が幸福な生を謳歌している傍ら、貴様はあの巨大な邸宅で地獄を味わっていた。そこに痛みはないのか。憎しみはそのような仕打ちを受けねばな。あの女を殺せ。殺すか。 だが今は異なる選択をしたいと。
Yeah, like killing him, his mother will make him free. Like, he's already free. Like, when was the last time he even saw his mother, right? You know, presumably he means free from the shackles of her, whatever. But it's like, killing her is not going to undo the pain and torment that she inflicted upon him. You know, it's not going to change shit. You know, it may make you feel better in the moment. You're like, yeah, sucks to be you. But it's not going to undo anything. So killing her doesn't really make a difference.
何一つ成し遂げられない弱者の思考だ。かつてのようにまだ理解できていないと見える。他者を踏みつけにそれを変える唯一の手段がルールを作る側に回ること。
Like, and this is something he's like, oh yeah, this is. But what he's talking about is how ways to live. But like, these methods don't stop things that have already happened. You know, you're trying to use methods in the present to like undo the problems of the past, which is just impossible. Yeah, Killer Pooh, you know, this world is like, what? It's like, yes, I, as an adult man, can beat up a woman. Hooray! I am so strong. It's like, what? Like, it's so dumb. It's actually incredible. It's very weak-minded, right? The truly strong don't need to prove themselves to anybody, right? Also, why forgive him? He didn't forgive him. Just not killing him. Yeah, exactly. It's not killing them means forgiving. It doesn't mean forgiving her. It means she doesn't give a shit. He doesn't give a shit.
貴様はわからないか。あるいは俺が生まれてこの方最も真に憎んでいたのは、あの時無力に非力で抗う勇気もなく、あんな仕打ちを受けてなお肉親の情愛を求め続けた卑しさが憎い。まあただそれが貴様だ。故に後悔せず貴様がどんなご多幸を浪したところで。未だ幻覚の中だったか。さて、次は誰とのご対面だろうか。
兄様。ヒューゴ兄様、セレナとかくれんぼしましょう。もういいよ。いつものように見つけてくれるよね。
セレナ。
兄様、セレナはそこじゃないわ。兄様に教わったところよりも見つかりにくい場所があったの。ヒューゴ兄様、どうしてセレナは死なないといけなかったの？
Oh yeah, it was like there was one of the Ravenlocks, I think. I think he said he killed her or whatever. Yeah, he's something here.
ヒューゴ兄様のせいよ。兄様さえいなければセレナはこんなことにならなかった。
Oh, it's up there.
そこも外れ。まだセレナを見つけられないなんて。セレナのこと忘れちゃった。
Yeah, it's like you're gonna blame the child. You're gonna blame a child for a situation that adults cause. Like, adults caused the situation.
大丈夫よ。
It's always silly when you try to blame children for the machinations of adults.
子たちの中で兄様に優しくしたのはセレナだけ。そうでしょ？
ああ。
ならどうして優しくしたのに報われないの？どう うしていい人ばかりがひどい目に遭うの？教えて。ねえ、どうして？ヒューガ兄様、迷子になっちゃったの？さっきの場所に帰りましょう。セレナがサプライズを用意したの。
Yeah, like, I remember. The problem is I don't remember the story too much. I do know they did. I remember them telling it to us, and that Serena was someone who treated him well when he was at the Ravenlocks. But I think it was like one of those things where you had to kill each other, right? Where it was like it was like a zero-sum game where it was all the Ravenlock children fighting against each other, and so he won by either killing them all or basically beating them. But I forget what the specifics were, because that was in the previous epilogue, or maybe not even the I think it was the previous epilogue.
またあったな。こうも言ったな。俺はああ、分かって。いかに俺たちにと惜しいかな。その俺のせいだ。何もかも自分のせいにしようとするんじゃない。貴様の責任はいいか。母親は貴様をレイブンロック家に売り渡した。我が兄弟姉妹たち。奴らの目に貴様は奴隷同然に移ったはず。まさにその分別こそが彼らは幾度となく俺を殺そうとそうとも。だからこそ奴らはか弱いセレナを。
Oh, I see. Oh, well then it's not even his fault. I thought he was he was killing them all, or he did. So basically, this is so stupid, right? It's the whole other people did bad things and they did it because of me. They rationalized it because they wanted to get to me, and so to get to me they got to her. It's like, okay, but what other people regardless of their reason, what other people do is not my fault. Unless, obviously directly instigate. So if I go up to someone and punch them in the face and then they beat the shit out of me, I can't blame them for beating the shit out of me because obviously I instigated it. And this is kind of a trope too, where the mere existence of someone instigates something. It's because you exist. If you weren't there, this wouldn't have happened type thing. First of all, it's a logical fallacy. If he wasn't there, we have no clue what would have happened. They might have killed Serena regardless, right? We don't know. But, just your mere existence at this location caused them to do this. It's no. They chose to do this. They chose to go after him. They chose to kill her to get to him. These are all choices they made and are in no way your responsibility. But it's just because she was nice to me, they couldn't get me, they targeted her. Well, how the fuck is that your fault? Oh yeah, that was it. That was it. I don't think they talks about the true situation about it. I think they might have just mentioned the over things, I guess. They mentioned this. I remember this line of when he was blamed for this. I don't think he actually said he didn't do it though. So that's why I was thinking, he killed them all. But it's okay, so it seems no, it was actually his siblings who did it, pinned it on him, and he got lauded for it. And in the previous epilogue, he just didn't clarify that he didn't actually do it.
覚えていないな。また始まった。己の真なる欲望からその心の中で幾度も自問してきたはずだ。なぜあの悪人どもは最終的に明らかに貴様は奴らを自らの手で引き裂くことを望んでいた。あの時感じたことを思い出せ。貴様に募ったあらゆる怒り。
Well, yeah, because he likes Serena, and this is just an event for his frustration and despair and guilt. It made him feel better, but it doesn't bring him back or anything.
それもレイブンロック家の後釜争いだ。そう思うかね。俺の考えは逆だ。継承の権利を欲す。これは近しい者同士で行われる権力の奪い合い。血を分けたお互いを敵視し、疑い、
I mean, this is dumb. Hatred between people of the same blood doesn't really matter. Hatred between people in general is stupid. You know, blood relation doesn't mean shit. It's just one of the most simplistic bonds we have, but it doesn't actually mean anything. Because, like the reason why it means something is because it's family, but family is not determined by blood bonds. You know, you can be, if you're adopted, you can love your parents just as much, you know, as quote unquote real parents. Like, they are your parents. You know? Like, it's crazy. Like, I've seen stories where it's like, oh, okay, so like, parents abandon their child and then come back later and we're like, hey, we're still your parents. We're still your parents at the end of the day. It's like, dude, fuck off. Like, you know who my parents are? The people who actually raised me. Those are who my parents are. You're not my parents simply because you gave birth to me and then abandoned me shortly afterwards. You know, like, this weird obsession with, like, blood ties as if it means anything. It's like, no. Blood ties just get your foot in the door, right? If you have a blood tie, then presumably, you know, they raised you, right? And it's the raising of you. It's the building of a relationship that actually matters. It's just that, you know, when you're related by blood, chances are you're going to grow up with them, right? Your biological parents are the most likely to raise you, so you're going to establish a bond with them. But even if they don't, you'll just establish a bond with whoever else raised you. So it's not really a blood bond. A blood bond just means you're far more likely to interact with those people, and therefore far more likely to establish a relationship with them. And it's the relationship that actually matters. But people who like keep talking about blood relations, those are the type of people who are shit, right? Because what they're trying to do is, rather than try to establish a proper relationship with you, they're just trying to manipulate you. To be like, well, you know, rather than establish a relationship of trust where, you know, you would want to help them out, they're like, no, we're blood related, therefore these are obligations. Like, they're just trying to essentially get the benefits of a relationship without putting in any work by relying on blood ties. To be like, well, we're related by blood. It's like, who gives a shit, right? You know, I don't know you. I don't trust you. That type of shit.
そうともどれほど拒もうと貴様にも弱肉強食適者生ずこれはレイブンロック家が何度も証明してきた成功の道であるお前の骨肉に刻まれた祝福と呪いでも
This also is pretty stupid, right? The whole survival of the fittest. I often see this misused a lot in, like, you know, like isekai shit, where it's like, oh, you have this really powerful dude who's like, yeah, I've become a very powerful warrior, and I believe that might makes right, right? And then, like, proceeds to, like, kill, like, go out and destroy villages and, like, pillage and rape, be like, well, I'm stronger than you. It's like, and they're, like, killing children, and it's like, well, no shit, you're stronger than a child, no? Like, you do realize if this same thing applied to you, you'd be dead, right? If someone like you appeared when you were 5 years old and killed you, you'd be dead. Is it your fault for being weak? No. We all are weak as children, and we need to be protected until we can grow up to become strong. But you're just being like, yeah, survival of the fittest. It's like, and it's incredibly short-sighted, right? Because again, like, this guy's going out there raping and killing, and it's like, okay, but like, it could be that one of the children you killed would have become stronger than you, and you could be like, well, I beat him in the end. It's like, yeah, but like, you don't know. You cut off his potential. He could have been much stronger than you. And you do shit like this out of fear. You are fearful that someone will be stronger than you, so you're cutting. Like, if you really want to be survival of the fittest, right? You would just, you know, kill warriors, right? You go into battle, you go into wars, and win there. To be like, yes, this is a true test of skill and might. Beating helpless people, like, because like not everyone's going to be strong. Like, society can't just live off the strong. You can't just have only warriors and that's it, you know? Only warriors and women to pop out children. It's like, no, your society will not grow, because there's a limit to what warriors can do, you know? Like, you need farmers. You need smart people to think of better farming methods so that you have better crop yields, so you can so you can feed more people. Like your village can't grow if all you have are warriors and women, and women are only used for like breeding children, right? Like you just can't grow a society like that. You'll be limited in size because you'll never be able to grow anything. And you could argue, well, we'll just pillage other villages. It's like, sure, you could, but then eventually you'll run out of villages, you know? And even if you become nomads and then keep going like that, you know, eventually you will run out and your civilization will die. It's just a road to failure because you cannot self-sustain. You're sustaining yourself off the lives of others with the mistaken belief that, oh, I'm stronger than them. It's like, no, you're physically stronger, but there are various levels of the various determinators of strength. And that's the same thing for this dude, right? What he's doing is incredibly short-sighted. He killed a generation of children. Like, you've killed the next generation of Ravenlocks. Like, so basically, he obviously can't live forever. So when he dies, there's going to be a huge upheaval. And rather than a bunch of people who could have been trained from birth to be good leaders and continue a good Ravenlock line, you just have a bunch of sycophants and weenies who just happen to survive the purge. You're not going to get the best of the best. You're just going to get the dregs that remain, and it's just going to lead to a slow, steady decline. Well, this is also stupid. Oh, you have our blood. You're going to turn into us. Like, no. Like, that's so fucking stupid. Like, it's like you're like, sure, like it's nature versus nurture essentially, and sure, nature does matter a little bit, right? Nature determines, biochemistry, which kind of influences how your instinctual reactions to a degree. But again, it's also like who you were raised by, and that matters far more.
己の欲望を否定するな。認めろ。貴様の中に生まれた火種を。そう俺。ライカン。貴様にこれほど感謝の念を抱いたことは未だかつてない。貴様がいるということは。この無限と思えた悪夢もまったくもって貴様は何も分かっていない。
自分の利益と野心のためには手段を選ばない人間だ。
俺が
全てお前が企てたことだろう。レイブン復讐のため。自分の父親を暗殺を免れたお前の父親は激怒し、全ての人間を
付近でフォロー災害が起こっていたのをいいことに、見知らぬ顔は全て排除することに決めたんだ。故に貴様がしつこく言う。
お前は彼が極端な選択をする人間だと知っていた。そしてお前は自分の父親を認めろヒューゴ。お前は他者のことを何一つ。
その辺にして俺はあの裏切り者を心底嫌悪している。だがそれ
なんだと。
貴様の来館は我が心の深き。待っていたぞ。どうやらここには慣れたようだな。貴様が言ったことだ。貴様は俺で、俺たちはどこまで行っても同一。それなら来館と決別するとき。男の誤解に否定も弁解もしなかった。実際貴様はただ手を出す。人には生きているだけでこの世界により多くの。
I mean, you're like, oh, you should have known he would have done this. It's like, yeah, hindsight is always 20/20. Like, sure, you should plan for failure, but like, if he thought his plan was foolproof, and he thought, no, we should have been able to do it, and then failed, it's like, oh shit, whoops. And then when things go south, it's like, can't really blame him. Especially because it's like, what if his father creating a hollow? I mean, if the hollow was truly an accident, then it's like, well, then how the fuck can you blame him for what his father did in this completely unpredictable hollow occurrence?
そのためにいかにも貴様が死を偽装。時には最初から悪しき竜となって鋭い爪。貴様は誰よりももしあの時貴 貴様が躊躇することなく先手を取り父親を殺せて罪なき人々は死なず貴様の相棒も誰かを救おうと貴様はより多く救う
And while that sounds good, it is a logical fallacy. You can't assume different events in the past would lead to a specific outcome. You never can. It's like, oh, if this hadn't happened back then I would have prevented, all these deaths. It's like, well, no, you don't know that. You could have killed him, but you don't know what that would have done. You don't know. It's obviously a different timeline. Like, you have no clue. You're just saying, oh, well, this didn't happen. I want this to happen, so therefore I'm just going to claim that this would have happened if that didn't happen, right? It's like, no, you have no basis on it. You can't prove shit. It's a logical fallacy. It's a very commonly used one, too. People just assuming, oh, yeah, if I had done this in the past, the outcome that happened, this outcome, like, oh man, this outcome happened. This sucks. If only I did this differently back, in the past, it would be a different outcome. It's like, it could have been the same outcome. We don't know. There's no way of knowing.
父親の死に俺は一切彼は家督を継ぐ権利を簒奪すべく東大の主を罠にかけたがそれで明らかになったのだよレイブ当然トップスもそうだ故に俺はもう愚か者め血迷ったか憎しみの力がいいかそれとも貴様まであのジャックや
Fully knew the power of the dark side.
いい加減にしろ貴様はそうだよ彼らを信じていたのなら死を偽装することを隠す必要はなかったはずだ貴様の子もちろんそれは正しいこの世界に信ずるに値する他者などいないのだからな
That's the thing. No one in this world can be trusted. What about Serena? You trusted Serena? She died. That sucks. But you still trusted her. You still could trust her. It's always stupid. It's kind of what happens when you get these very negative people. Is they're like, I'm a negative person. I'm an asshole. Therefore, it's not just him, right? Anybody. You only assume what other people would do what you yourself would do. That's why liars believe that everyone else is a liar. Because they would lie, so they have a hard time trusting people because they would assume that other people would do what they do. And nice, truthful, honest people assume everyone's telling the truth. They assume the good in people. They assume, oh, well, I wouldn't lie, so these people wouldn't lie. Obviously, there are liars and there are truthful people. And just because, you've only interacted with assholes doesn't mean that there are no good people in the world. It's obviously stupid. Also, at the end of the day, he did trust Mockingbird. He trusted the people in Mockingbird. Sure, he might have betrayed them in the end, to a degree, but he still trusted them.
そして俺たちは深淵から這い上がりし憎しみさだがありえないのだよ今まで受けてきた不条理を思い出せ許すことを選べ己を裏切ることになるのだぞやりよ貴様を野放しにする方がよほど己への裏切りというものだお前はまだ認めようとしていないだけだよし 本当の自分と真なる欲望に向き合うことを恐れている。俺を殺す気か、切り捨てるのか。俺がいなければ何もできないくせに。
これまでのことに感謝する。何？俺は貴様で、貴様は俺だ。誰も分かつことなどできやしない。
このに及んでまだ綺麗事を並べ立てるつもりか。
綺麗事なものか。ただ理解しただけだ。苦痛には直視し受け入れることでしか取り除けないものがあると。俺はもう貴様を拒まない。自分を憎むこともしない。弱さ、憎しみ、邪念、強さ、慈しみ、正義。
ヒューゴ、時間だ。ヒューゴ、おい。
ビビったか。俺は耐えたぞ。
How's his face bruised though? Like, how did they like slam his head against his own knee or something? Or is it like one of those Matrix things? Oh, because he took damage in his mind, he took damage in the real world.
この光景、いつぞやの夢とよく似てる。愛も変わらず。
薬は完全に。
なんならここで
抜かせ。
驚いた。貴様にしては気が
目の前で餓死され。なんだそのなんとも。
いや、とにかく
なら話せ。
発作が起きた。それだけだ。だがまあ、随分長いこと夢を見ていた。自分自身にカウンセリングを受けていたとも。貴様にも必要だと思うがね。予約を入れておかないか。
それだけ口が回るな。
そうとも。この上なくいい気分だ。
お前が死を偽装したあの時から聞きたかったことがある。
モッキンバードはこれまで何一つ変えられず、何一つ救う。よりによって俺とモッキンバードを裏切った当人が。
前にも言ったな。俺は最後こそ少し道をそれはした。お前が今までやってきたことを。
それについて俺が真剣に考えたことがないとでも。そしてどうだ。高みにいる連中は依然として莫大な資産を抱え込み、助けられた者たちが必ずしもまともに暮らせたわけ。
Well, I mean, the people who he helped themselves aren't destitute, but he means just generally. Yes, you're helping, because like you're helping the poor. The poor will always be the poor, because no matter if you help one person, the poor will still exist. So like, yeah.
だがな、ライカ。貴様のことを俺にとって。さて、ありしてっきりそうしたいのは山々。何事もなければ魚。そういうわけだ。
いや、俺も。
おいライカ、病み上がりだか。
ハルトマンのやろうとしていることは
せいぜい俺の。 近頃レイブンロック傘下の企業から労働者が数多く失踪している。聞いたか？あれはレイブンロック家の連中だ。周りにいるのが騙された被害者だろう。あった
今です。行くぞ。彼らをここから連れ出す。
攻め時だろう。
このハエども、どこから入ってきやがった。めんどくせえ、始末しちまえ。
できるものならな。ここにも労働者がかなりの数だ。
それもハルトマンの陰謀と関係が。
当然だ。奴は労働者を参照会に献上しようとしている。
向こうにもまだいる。
今回は状況が違う。計画を盤石にするためには。
あんた約束してくれ。あんたたちについてってフォローで簡単な仕事をすりゃ手にや。
道中もあれこれ聞いてきやがったのにまだ。
どうしようもなかったんだよ。娘がフォローに巻き込まれてひどい侵食だったんだ。
俺だってそうだ。晩作尽きてなけりゃけど少し怪しいくらいなんだ。
なあ、あんたたちレイブンロック家の人。
安心しろ。だが正式に仕事を始める。
兄貴、
こいつらは口数が多すぎる。それに早く飲ます。
なんだって。
これはいいもの。
その通りだ。お前た飲まなければ次の仕事には移らせない。もちろんそうな。
おい、何？
彼らを助けるに決まってるだろ。あの錠剤、
今出ていくのは得策ではない。
お前の目的のために罪なき人々を利用するな。
Well, it's also like you have proof. Get the pills. If you have the pills and analyze them, it's easy proof.
侵害だと思うのに。
分かった。だがもちろん捕虜とはいえ貴様。
お前を信じ。
よし、証拠はこれで思う存分やれるな。
忘れるな。それと本当に殺すなよ。
分かっているとも。
お前たち何者だ。
当ててみるのはどうかね。罪悪。
お前たちを止めに来たんだ。
足の実のところ俺は前のファイトスタイルが好みだったがな。
ああ、狩りの時間。
俺にひざまずく準備はいいか。今よりもずっと無慈悲。
力加減を覚えただけだ。
Oh, I see. So his burst does a... Oh, I see. Maybe his ultimate does a totalize without undoing the stun, whereas his skill will remove the stun as well.
お前たちレイブンロック。今の
どういう
その通りの意味だと思う。早いうちに見切りをつけるべきだ。
一族の誇り。
心からそう思っているとこんな汚れ仕事を押し付けられているのだ。聞こう。
俺に選択肢はなかった。
選択肢はいつだって。さて
Yeah, it's like, oh, we don't have a choice. It's like, yeah, you don't have a choice because you want to get all the benefits from being a Ravenlock. So it's like his mother, right? They want to take the easy way out. It's like, well, I'll just do this. I'm not gonna ever be, powerful in the Ravenlock family, but at least I'll be a Ravenlock and be able to exert my pitiful power and better than a normal person and try and make something of myself. So that's why they couldn't use the pills as evidence in and of itself, because they already set that up. Okay, makes sense.
あれは証拠を確保する以外にも薬のデータを集めて解毒剤を作るためでもあったのか。これはただ意地を張っている。前言撤回だ。だがあの時じっちゃんの生前あの小さなじっちゃんはいかにもそんなこと一度貴様も知っての通りましてやじっちゃんは全ては過去だ。そんなことより昔話にはもっとライカンあれはハルトマンが父親あの時俺は確かに父親を手にかけた。最初にしくじった時俺は今もだがもうどうでもいいのだヒューゴ。この一点に関してだが俺だって俺の中の醜いところに抗う。だから俺はこの狂気と怒り俺は絶対に父親やハルトマン変わったなヒューゴ。妙に上から目線それに変わっただと。誰かさんほどではな俺は今でもじっちゃんが言ったことこの先も俺が正しいだからな。どういたしましてだ。あれは事故だった。もう何ともないんだ。それにお前が権力を求めているとしああ俺だが言うなれば変えられないことはたくさんあるが俺たちが言ったろう。俺を殺すお前がそう考えるようになったのは喜ばしい限りだ。
One sec. Okay, I'm back.
さて、最後にまだやらねばならん。レイブンロックの終焉を見届けに行くぞ。汚らわしい落とし子風情め。俺がこの程度は些細な汚点だ。レイブン、この後に及んでまだ理解。俺は父の仇を討つつ、俺もまだ貴公から命を取るほど落ちぶ。ちょうどいい時間だ。
トップス財政ユニオンを代表して表明する。ユニオンはすでにレイブンロック家とのあらゆる協力関係を打ち切った。今後も関わることはないだろう。
気でも触れたか。こそ泥。おじゅう、人々は口を揃えて言う。止める者から盗み、貧しき者に与え、何人をも騙し仰せる希代のペテン師。それこそがモッキンバードのリーダー。新聞の俺には深淵に足を踏み外すことを許さぬ友がいる。俺の名はヒューゴ。貴公のようにレイブンロックなどという雑種風情が生まれてくるべきではな。過分なお言葉だ。ここまでよくやった。
ヒューゴ、まず
何故腹を立てている。
ヒューゴ、そして
ビビアン、お前とその大切な俺はいつだってお前たちを自分の
And yet here we are, right in the midst of danger.
だが万一の失敗で、それにビビアン、お前外のことはライカンがすでに片付けた。それとリン君、ありがとう。不詳ヒューゴ・ブラド。
プロ騎士様、すでに遅い。
それで
私としては市長閣下の亡きご友人、その生徒ヒューゴ様、とっとと本題に入られては。
時代遅れの体内時計が。カミエルの話によると、ディナは例のコアを連中が作っているサクリファイスに埋め込み、能力をだがこのようにして誕生したサクリファイスは意識を持たず、あらゆる生物を無差別に攻撃する。
That's weird, though. Sacrifices created in this way will not retain their minds. That would allude that sacrifices created in other ways do retain their minds. But wasn't the whole point of Landon's experiment being deemed a failure is because they didn't?
故にこれまで三将会の奴らは決してそんなことをしなかった。だがディナの薬があることで話は変わってくるのだ。精神を支配できる薬がその工程に挟まれば、大幅に強化されたサクリファイスを。
Yeah, if a person takes a pill and injected with would be under its creative. How do you know this? Did they test this? Like, how are they guaranteed? Like, it loses its mind and attacks indiscriminately. But it's like, but isn't the whole thing it loses its mind? Like, what's the point of controlling its mind when it's lost, right? If it's not listening to its brain in the first place, then controlling its brain doesn't really matter, does it?
サクリファイスの休眠体そのものは全て破壊されたが、それを生み出す薬についてはまだストックがあるようだ。
サクリファイスの話はひとまず
本物のコアだと。
ここに
覚えているかビビアン。貴様
覚えてはいますが、あれは何の変哲もないペンダントに。
それでは我らがプロ騎士君に。その驚愕の表情はこのコアは市長殿に差し上げる。俺が死んでいる間、彼はビビアンと。
なるほどです。市長がモッキンバードを。
I see. So that guy on the, I thought that was the Tops dude. I assume the guy on the TV was from Tops. Was that from the mayor? Oh, or maybe he just means like the general positive press. Not that television announcement.
サクリファイスのコアがここにあるなら、
ああ、それに加えて。
これで何もできなくなっ。
比較的重要なこと、情報があればまた連絡。
Is that the end, or do we have another quest? Or is that how like Act 2 is going to start? Is Act 2 the act against the Exaltists? Oh, god damn it. I thought that was it. Like, I've been playing this for... I thought that... So we go into the hollow 4 times as part of this. God damn, this is way longer than I thought it'd be. I've already been walking for an hour and 40 minutes. Okay, I thought I'd be able to complete it. I thought that was it, but apparently there's even more. I don't think this is going to be long. It's probably going to be another half an hour or so, so I'm just going to go ahead and call it for now. But I will maybe wrap this up tomorrow. We'll see. I'm going to go ahead and call it. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.